So another misconception of the Torah that a lot of people, I find it very interesting. We're going to tie another story into this later about wealth and the influence of wealthy on humanity, but is about the tablets. So they were stone tablets that Moshe Rabbeinu brought down from Sinai, but they weren't how most people imagine them. So I believe the stone tablets with the curved top on all that is from the Sistine Chapel or something. Michelangelo drew it, or one of the great Renaissance painters drew that, and so that's kind of become the image that most people see as the tablets. But according to the Torah and the Midrash, the oral traditions of Sinai, it might be in the Mishnah too, I'm not sure, but the tablets were actually made out of sapphire. They were a stone, but a precious stone. So they were blue sapphire, and they were squared off. So they were this measurement called a tefach. Tefachim are the hand breadths. So it's like your fist, basically, and that's a tefach. So it was 3 tefachim wide, 6 tefachim long, and 3 tefachim thick. So it was basically 18 inches by 9 inches by 9 inches. So they were thick. They were big tablets, and they fit. But which is interesting. So when you think about it, they were sapphire, blue sapphire, and they were. And I've heard emerald too, but most sources seem to say sapphire, and they fit. When they fit together, the 4 of them, that means they would have been like a huge cube. They would have been an 18 inch by 18 inch by 18 inch cube, basically, inside the ark. And we'll do a video on all the different things inside the ark. There's quite a few of them, so there's it's worthy of its own space. But that's another big misconception, and we'll do the video about Moses too, and his argument of what happened at the golden calf and why the people didn't listen, and it ties into these tablets. But they weren't rounded at the top, they weren't thin, they were pretty thick, 9 inches thick, in fact, 3 tefachim. So and we'll do a thing about measurements too, because I find measurements, especially because they're so personalized with your own body, the cubit, which is like the arm length from the fingertip to the elbow, and measurements inside your mouth. All these different measurements are very individualized. So 3 tefachim to me is different than 3 tefachim to somebody else, right? So it's I love that, actually. I feel like everything becomes very personalized in that way. But that is another common misconception. They weren't just some like granite gray stone or something like that. They were sapphire, so they were beautiful, and they were squared off all the way around. So 18 inches, 6 tefachim by 3 tefachim, and then 3 tefachim wide, so 18 by 9 by 9 inches. And I'm sorry I don't have the centimeters on that for everybody, the rest of the world who uses a metric system. And yeah, so that's another very common misconception about the tablets that's easily cleared up. And I wish everyone the blessing of knowing how personal your experiences are. Just like a tefach is my hand breadth. So if I'm measuring something like during Sukkot, it's one of the Jewish holidays, the walls can't be any more than 3 tefachim off the ground. And so it individualizes my sukkah to anyone else's, because if their fist is smaller than mine, then it wouldn't be kosher. But because my fist, or even bigger, they could go up a little further. But it individualizes everything we do to ourselves. So I wish everyone the blessing of like understanding how individualized our connection with the divine is. and your tefach is different than mine, and yet they all work together, and they all still apply the same. Whether it's a little more or a little less, it doesn't matter, because it's that kind of individual relationship. So I wish everyone that blessing of their strength in their individual relationship with the divine. And let's do this, people. Save the humans.
Trying to be a better man. Oh yeah. Trying to do the best I can. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna do right thing. Do right thing. No matter what they want to say. And I'm gonna still fight for you. Still fight for you.